Hi there, Michelle here, and welcome back to my channel. And today's video is another Monday sit-down vlog. I like to put these vlogs out on Monday, and basically I'm recapping what I did last week, what I want to do this week, and future projects. Because I can't stop buying yarn and thinking of ideas. If you are new to my channel and you like crocheting, knitting, anything to do with yarn, the 80s, all that stuff, why not stick around and subscribe? If you subscribe to my channel, then you will be up to date with all of my latest videos. Let's get right into what I did last week. Last week, oh my goodness, I was working on probably one of the biggest projects of my life. And I know I've done a lot of projects, but this one takes the cake. And that is the Fox cardigan as seen in the movie Project Hail Mary. When the movie came out, so many people that I know started sending me photos of Ryan Gosling wearing his Fox cardigan, and I'm just like, I gotta make it. And that is what I did. This project was one of the longer projects that I've had to do time-wise, but also the quickest project that I've ever made, if those two things can be even in the same sentence, because it took me 44 hours to make this. Mind you, I did have to take it apart a few times, so maybe we'll just say 40 hours. I also got this project done in 2 weeks. Now, it is not normal for me to get a project that is this big done in 2 weeks. But every waking moment, I was crocheting. I was crocheting so much. I don't think I've crocheted this much in a 2-week span ever. Okay, like I wanted to get this thing done. Now this technically, I could have taken a good 3 weeks to get it done, but I was like almost done it in the 2-week span. Actually, this didn't even take me 2 weeks. It would be 2 weeks today that I bought the yarn and started it. So less than 2 weeks to do this. I was so close of being done this that it was like, well, either I get the video out this week or I finish it this week and then I have like a whole week that I'm not really working on it and then I get it out next week. If I needed more time to do this, then obviously I would have taken that time, but I saw that finish line and I'm like, I am crossing it. I got it done, but there are a few things that I still need to finish. First off, I do want to point out that I did get a lot of the ends woven in. I know in my video, I was saying that I did not weave in any of the ends because honestly, when I do these tapestry projects, I don't really do cardigans. They're kind of like sweaters. So like, I don't really weave them in. Like I tie them up really good so they're not going to come out, but I don't really weave in my ends because you never see them. And I have to say like 90% of my tapestry projects are tote bags that I put a lining in. So it's like, I just never weave in my ends. But because this is like a cardigan and it's more open, I felt like, yes, I do need to weave in the ends. So I did weave in the ends of the 2 front panels. So this is the inside. I think my weaving in of ends is pretty good. I'm still working on the back. So the front panels are done because I'm like, I need the front panels to be done because I really want to wear it. The back panel, no one's really going to see it. No one's really even going to see the inside of the front panels, but with the strings kind of hanging out, I wanted those to be all neatly tucked away. The back foxes, one of them is almost done. This fox here, I literally have just 2 strands up top, and then this fox, I have to do the whole thing. So my plan is to hopefully get all of the ends woven in today. Last night, me and my sister actually went to the drive-in and we saw Project Hail Mary. I know, I made the cardigan before I actually saw the video, which things are making a lot more sense now because in the movie, not giving anything away, thumbs down is a thing, but it means like thumbs up, like good job. And so I kept getting comments on my videos like that I'd be posting on Instagram and TikTok, and everybody would be giving me the thumbs down. I'm like, they're saying something super positive in their comments and then they're giving me a thumbs down. What's going on? I'm like, it has to do something with the movie. It did have to do something with the movie. So like, I understand that now because I'm just like, why is everyone giving me like thumbs down? And it makes 100% sense now. I love the movie. It was so good. Normally when it comes to space movies, I don't like real world consequences. Like space movies that could somewhat kinda be true. Like, they're not. It's too real. Whereas, like, I like Star Wars. I like Star Trek. It has nothing to do with, like, our timeline and, like, Earth, you know? It's just space, right? I also want to point out that it was not intentional of me wearing this shirt. I just put it on this morning and I decided to film in it. But it also has to do with space. Stuff like that that's, like, more like fantasy. I can deal with that. The movies are just too reality somewhat based. I just don't like them because they're too sciencey and it's not enjoyable, like, for me personally. I didn't even watch a full trailer for Project Hail Mary. I think I watched like little clips like here and there. Like, you know, like when you go on TikTok or Instagram, sometimes they'll put a movie trailer and like you'll watch it for 3 seconds and be like, eh. Like the beginning of the trailer was like the sun is dying. That's the premise of the movie. I'm not giving anything away, okay? It's literally in the trailer. It's the whole reason why things had to happen in the movie, right? Once I heard that, I'm like, I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch a movie about the sun dying. That's too sad. Like, I don't want to watch that. I didn't even have it on my radar of something that I wanted to watch. Then everyone kept sending me the photos of the fox cardigan. And I'm like, well, I gotta make it. It's really cute. And then when I started learning more and more about the movie, I'm like, I really want to see it. I absolutely love it. And like my favorite character definitely has to be Rocky. Like, oh my goodness. The movie was so good and I really like the ending. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I really like the ending, okay? I give it like a 9 out of 10. I also want to point out that I am so glad that I did this cardigan before I saw that movie, because if I did not see this cardigan and I did not make it and I go in and I saw that movie, the whole movie would have been ruined for me because I would have just been hyper fixating on that fox cardigan. The whole movie be like, where is that from? Can I make it? How would I make it? I know it's knit, but how would I crochet? That is what would be going on in my mind the entire time that I would be watching this film, is like, I need to make this cardigan. I wore this to see the movie, so glad I got this done. Another disclaimer, this is not going to be a pattern on my Patreon. I'm not going to be selling a pattern. I don't have a crochet pattern. All I did was buy the Mary Maxim wolf cardigan knit pattern, because the whole pattern does have a bunch of knitting lingo and all that jazz. Like, when you get the pattern, it gives you all the parts. It gives you the 2 front panels, it gives you the sleeves, it gives you the back panel, and it gives it all to you in a grid. And if you are familiar with my grids that I make for my tapestry, it's basically a bunch of little squares colored in with the colors you need to make it, because it's like color. It's like color work, right? So basically every square in the pattern equals 1 knit stitch. In my case, 1 crochet stitch. Because I do a lot of these projects, I kind of already had like a gauge swatch of what I need to do, even though this one is a little bit oversized, like with the thickness of the yarn, but I'm actually very happy that happened. Because I do a lot of these types of tapestry projects, I was able to just kind of figure out how many crochets across I needed to do, and then basically just, you know, just kind of figure it out that way, if that somewhat makes any sense. It might be helpful if you know what yarn you want to use, do a little gauge swatch, and then, you know, do your math around that. But basically the pattern is just 4 grid patterns. Okay, it is very easy to read. It's not that technical. If you have done like color work before, tapestry crochet, if you've made a few single crochet sweaters, if you buy the pattern, I'm sure you can figure it out. It's very easy. Again, this is a video that is available on my YouTube channel, and I kind of wanted to go a little bit over the history of where this came from. The original pattern was a 1950s Mary Maxim pattern. It is characterized by thick, bulky yarn and bold animal motifs, and they're often inspired by the Cao-Chan style knitting. I'm sorry if I pronounced that right. I will put how you pronounce it right here. Probably gonna pronounce this wrong, I'm very sorry, but the Cao-Chan region is located in southern Vancouver Island, British Columbia, and it is a diverse area known for rural charm, agricultural land, and the Cowichan River. I'm going to probably pronounce that wrong every single time, and I apologize. It is home to the Coast Salish people, with the Cowichan tribes being the largest single First Nation band in BC. Now, these types of sweaters were originally thick, water-resistant wool garments. They blend indigenous weaving techniques with European-style knitting, traditionally featuring bold, natural tone motifs of animals or natures. These sweaters remain a symbol of cultural resistance and community identity. It is kind of neat knowing the history of these sweaters. I think they are so cool. I absolutely love them. I know Mary Maxim has a few more patterns that I really want to do. There's a fish one and there's obviously a duck one, like, of course. And I've always wanted to try them, but like I was like, well, can I convert a knitting pattern into a crochet pattern? Even though, yes, like I know I knit, but I like crochet sweaters a lot better. So now that I know that I can take a knitting pattern and turn it into a crochet pattern like this, I want to make all of the sweaters now. A few more things about this fox cardigan. I know it's never ending, but I did do a new technique that I really wanted to talk about, but this also coincides with what I'm doing this week. So I've done a technique that I've never done before. It's nothing new, but I did this type of collar. Okay, I don't know if you really can see that. And so when it folds over, it like does that really nice collar effect that I've always wanted to do with crocheting, and I never could get it. Like I never understood it. Remember these type of collars that I would do on all my sweaters and then I realized I don't like them and then I took them all apart and I redid the collars? Could redo them and do it this way. Right where I started decreasing, that is when I started this ribbed collar. And all I did for the ribbed collar was I went up 10 stitches and then I went down and then I did 2 slip stitches in between each rib. And then on the back panel, I actually did right here, I did 3 slip stitches in between each rib just to cinch it in a little bit. Can you see how that is? It's just crocheted up and down. And then when I went to do my ribbing in the front, when I got to this tall ribbing here, I just kept going up. So I just went like this up, and then that's how I got that shape. So when you fold it over, that's mainly the reason why I'm not wearing this in this video. I wanted to, but I'm like, there's so much stuff that I really want to explain. So why I'm kind of bringing it up for this week's project is I kind of want to take it out. Hear me out. I did not make it tall enough. I was also panicking at the time. If you watched the video, I was panicking because I made a big mistake and I had to take some things apart. And the problem is where I have to take it apart, I have to take all the buttons off. I think in the long run, I will like it a lot better. So when I first made it, the 10 seemed tall enough, but then when I wear it, it doesn't really fold over as nicely as I would like to. I want this to be way more dramatic. I want it to be like a bigger collar. So what I would like to do, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, I'm not too sure because I still need to weave in those ends. I want to take the buttons off. I want to take all the ribbing off on just this side. And then I have to take a little bit of ribbing off of this side, just up here where it's attached to the collar. Take all of this out and make it like twice as high. So currently it is 10 single crochets high. I kind of want to make it 20 single crochets high. That way it sits better on the back of my neck and it folds over a lot more dramatically. After watching the movie and seeing how Ryan Gosling's sweater fits him with like how it sits right here, I want that for mine. So I do want to take it apart and redo it. And I feel like I gotta do it now, otherwise it's never gonna happen. Also, I kind of have to do it now because I still know where the yarn is and I know what yarn I used. If I wait for a few months, I might not remember which yarn was used for this project because I've just like balled it up. I think the other reason why I didn't make it as tall is because I was running out of yarn and I didn't want to run out of yarn. But now that I know that I do have enough yarn to make this a little bit taller, that is definitely something that I want to do. Also, one more thing, and then I will stop talking about this fox cardigan, okay? I did not finish the pockets, so this week I want to finish the pockets as well. I do need to go to Fabricland, hopefully tomorrow, and get some fabric to do that. So I will film my process of making these pockets so then y'all know, and I'll just add it to next week's vlog. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about the fox cardigan now, but I just wanted to give a little bit more appreciation to the project and to the origins of where these types of sweaters came from, and also just talk about a few things that I do need to finish on this. Even though technically it's done, I really want this to be like perfect as I can get it. For this week, I am going to take it slow. After this, I don't want to be starting anything big. I don't want to be doing any big projects. For this Saturday's video, and what I'm going to be crocheting this week is I'm going to be reviewing some yarn that I bought at Michael's. So these yarns are relatively new, at least new to me. I've never tried them, but I saw them and like I really want to do a project with them, but I also want to let y'all know like how I feel about them. So if you see them and you want to work with them, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. I have my project bag. I'm using the Knit City project bag. I'm so excited. Me and my sister went to Knit City last week in Toronto, and I did film a bit about it. So if you want to check out last week's vlog, I got some footage and talked some more about it in that video. On the way to Knit City, I was working on a project, and this was kind of before I even had the idea of doing this video. Started working on this project. Again, I did not think I was going to make this a video, but here I am. This is yarn that I've never seen before from Michaels, so I don't know how long it's been out, but it's definitely new to me. It is the Loops and Threads Superwash Merino wool. Yeah, that's why I was really excited to try this. It is very soft. It is not scratchy. It does not feel like that traditional wool that you might be used to. And it is 100% merino wool. The colors that I have are light pink, dark orange. I love a good pink and orange combo. I also love a good purple and orange combo. They're very pretty, but they're dull. That is the word that I'm thinking of. They're like dull. I would have loved to do an orange and purple, but the purple just wasn't what I wanted. And then I was also thinking about doing like a red and pink, but I don't think the red was there, or like the reddish color was there, or it was there and I just didn't like what it looked like. But I love a good pink and orange project. I also wanted to bring something simple on the train, and that is why I ended up starting to make this. And then I thought, oh, I could do a video. That's what's happening, is I'm going to be doing a review on this yarn. And then I also have another yarn that I want to review, and that is the Big Twist GG. This is it right here. It is so beautiful. Look at this color. It's like a periwinkle color, and I believe I was talking a little bit about this last week. Well, this is the week that I'm actually going to be using it. The color of this one is called Retro, because of course it is, and it's this beautiful periwinkle color that has these little pieces of other yarn sewn into the yarn, and it almost just looks like flowers. Now, Big Twist is still new to me. I believe it's only been in Michaels for like maybe a year, maybe a little less than a year. And so I've never really seen this before. I did talk about it last week, and a lot of people were saying it is a newer yarn. So that's kind of good to know, because a lot of times in Canada, we get things later than everybody else. And I bought 2 of them because I want to make just like a cute bag with them. I know I can't stop making bags, but I just like the idea of a bag. But if I'm working on it and I don't want it to be a bag, well, then I can, but I could also make it like a blanket for Totoro. There's also a green one with some flowers that looks more like field with flowers in it. I kind of want to get that one too. They're not cheap though. They're like 10 bucks each, but I did have a coupon, so one of them was like 40% off when I bought them. I don't really use this bulky of yarn. Like when I started crocheting way back in like 2008, 2009, I only wanted to crochet with this bulky yarn because I'm like, I'm not going to get anything done if I use a thinner yarn. And now like one of my favorite yarns is like a DK weight yarn. This is a yarn that I really want to try for this project. I do want to go to Michaels either today or tomorrow to see if they have any other new yarns out there that I want to try. That way I can just try them all in like one video. I have to see. I got to be inspired. If I see something that I like, I will go grab it. That is my plan this week, is to test out some Michaels yarns and then review them. I also bought a new yarn that is not from Michaels and that I have used before, and I was going to show it to y'all, but I put it in the wrong yarn bag. I've got so many project bags going on, and I put it in the one bag and then I left it in the house. So we'll just do some B-roll and I'll just show you what I'm talking about. So last week I ended up making a video of me reviewing all the all-in-one granny square yarns that I have made. One of them was actually a granny square yarn, but not by Red Heart or Yarnspirations. It was by, I think, Katia, and it was called Concept or something like that. And it was a different type of granny square yarn, and it was like a very light DK weight yarn. I loved how the colors flowed into each other, and I really, really wanted to try it again. The yarn itself was kind of expensive. This was my first project that I did with it. This is what I made last year. I do have a video about this. So last year I ended up making this bag here, and this is what the squares do. What I like about these is they don't follow a pattern. You don't have to make the colors line up. They just change when they want to change, and they look so beautiful. When I bought this, it was between this one and another one. The other one was more purple and pinks, and I really, really, really wanted to try that one. Unfortunately, they are $60 each. You get 24 squares, and the yarn is very, very nice, okay? Don't get me wrong on that. The yarn is beautiful, and I've paid more for yarn. Anyways, I really wanted to try the other one, but my local yarn store, Central Pearl, she was the one who got them in, and she only got them in once, and she didn't get them again, and I assumed that they were discontinued. So when I was doing my video about reviewing all the granny squares, I'm like, oh, I think they're discontinued, and I'm like, let's just look that up. And I looked it up, and they still exist. But the only place that I could find it, like, near me, I think was a store in Quebec. So I ordered it from them. It was a little bit more than $60 now, but I got it in, and I cannot wait to use it again. I loved crocheting with it. It was so nice, and honestly, like crocheting anything with a DK weight yarn, like a smaller yarn, it's just, I don't know, it's like relaxing. Now, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it because they advertise it as you can make a crochet bag with it, and I already did. So I don't know if I want to make another crochet bag or if I want to make some type of garment, because what I'm thinking is that the ball of yarn gives you 24 squares. If I buy like maybe one or two other colors that kind of match the ball of yarn, like the colors from the squares, I could make more squares and maybe make like a cute sweater. I'm thinking like maybe a cute top. I don't really make tops. I make like sweaters and cardigans, but because of how lightweight this is, I would like to try maybe like a front panel, back panel, and like longer sleeves, but like no cuffs at the end, so it's a little bit more flowy. So that's what I'm kind of thinking at this moment. The colors are so beautiful. I don't really know if I want to waste it on making another bag because I already have this bag, and this one would have been cute too as like a vest or something, because it is a lighter weight yarn. I can see myself wearing it in the summertime, like the spring, summertime, when it's not too hot out, but also like not cold anymore. So that's something on my radar that I really want to work on. I think that sums up this vlog. It was a little bit longer than usual. Let me know if you like these longer sit down vlogs, because if you want me to do like a 30-40 minute like just sit down calm vlog where like my editing is like minimum, let me know, because I can make those. I just wasn't too sure if you wanted the longer vlogs or you like the shorter ones. So let me know that in the comments below. Please let me know what you are working on. I always love reading your projects. Also, let me know if you watched the movie Project Hail Mary. Did you go to watch it because you wanted to watch it, or did you go to watch it because of the Fox cardigan? Because I don't think I would have seen it if it wasn't for the Fox cardigan. I am really glad I did watch it because it was such a good movie. I think that does it for this video, so y'all have a good day now.